Good morning, everyone. I'm Jim Carpenter, Advisory Relations at Camas Advice. On our call this week, many of our calls, we take deep dives into many different types of advanced concepts. Today, I want to talk about the significance of relationships and lead marketing. I entered the insurance industry when I was 18 years old, following after my father in his footsteps. Now, after 42 years in the insurance and financial business, I've learned one thing that I've learned is consistency is a key. So while owning my own practice, I was licensed in 19 states. I had become a private pilot that allowed me to effectively travel all over the country, primarily the West Coast, meeting with prospects and clients. One of the most important parts about flying, regardless of how often you fly your own aircraft or a rented aircraft, is to be aware of distractions, even before you take flight. Does that sound familiar? I know it did for me. Every time before a flight, I would complete a checklist inspecting every part of the airplane before departing, even making sure that the fuel caps were secured. Many times during this walk around ritual, from checking the oil to making sure every small visible nut and bolt were in place, people would stop by and say hi or ask questions, which of course, I always welcome. But the problem became apparent that it is very easy to get sidetracked in conversations. As I thought about this, I realized that this is very relatable to our business. It is so easy to get sidetracked with personal life, business life that may include paperwork, talking to office staff, corporate meetings, along with talking with other advisors that many times causes distractions. Ever experienced that? Even concepts can sidetrack us from what we know. This becomes a balancing act because we always want to learn and apply new ideas and ways to meet our clients' needs, and not to mention reach our own financial goals. I asked my father one time why we quit doing what was working. After being a regional director for a large insurance company and having over 100 agents work through our office, he said, "It worked so good, we quit doing it." I thought that was quite profound, actually. My mom used to call it chasing rabbits. Imagine that. The bottom line is that we can get so caught up in life and things that we forget the importance of consistently marketing and building relationships that at the core we are all best at. This is just a short list of marketing tools that we have at our fingertips to grow in our practice. One, of course, we all know today is social media, direct mail, seminars, email marketing, cold calling, referrals. The list goes on. That is certainly non-existent, non-exhaustive, if you will. For the sake of time, I'm just going to pick a few I want to talk briefly about. Not one is better than the other. The key is constantly doing what works best and keep that as your core. Social media offers broad reach and engagement. My preferred social media platform is LinkedIn for many reasons. I will not speak about that on today's call. There are a few people on this call that I initiate relationships with on LinkedIn. So many people today just make new connections and proceed to the sales pitch. I believe this has caused many people to create a LinkedIn account, hang out for a bit, get bored, and then occasionally hop on LinkedIn. One of the best ways that I have used LinkedIn is to join groups that fit your niche, where people hang out. That is your niche market. Put together a posting strategy that includes a variety of different types of posts that can be used daily in each of your groups. Every morning, make a ritual. Go to read all the posts in your groups and comment people's posts, striking meaning, not just a two-word phrase like thank you or great post. Make it a goal with each comment to make their topic a conversation, as well as building them up for their post. Do your research. I cannot stress that enough, how important it is to really do the best research you can to find out who it is you're speaking to and what you can say that would be an encouragement or help them in regards to the post that they posted. But regardless if you're connected or not, this extends their reach and supports them as well as yours. After getting to know them is when I would offer a connection request with a short note. 99% of the time they would connect, and because of trust and a meaningful conversation always resulted to maintain our conversation or to be able to take it to our next level. I'd like to call this the beginning of building a relationship. One of the best books I recommend on this topic is LinkedIn Sales Machine by Raza Imam, IMAM. Highly recommend reading it. It's a great, easy read. My other comment regarding LinkedIn is if you're not taking advantage of a regular newsletter, you are missing out on a low-cost opportunity. When you create a newsletter on LinkedIn and you have subscribers, LinkedIn sends an email to the subscribers for you. So your subscribers get your content without them even being logged into LinkedIn. By the way, LinkedIn provides analytics, includes people that read your newsletter without even being signed into their LinkedIn account. I found that very helpful. Whenever you send a request for a new connection request, they are offered to subscribe to your newsletter. Normally, you get around 10% of your first level connections subscribed. LinkedIn sends an email from you to each subscriber with your post. They can log in and comment if they like, or better yet, to click on a link for your landing page or Calendly or link, or both. So despite the various channels, and my most fruitful source of leads has always been referrals. Something always stood out to me. My father used to tell me, after a sale is made, you are out of business. This is not true if you obtain referrals. This keeps your pipeline full. For years, I always got 3 to 5 referrals, whether or not I made a sale or not. This underscores the need for continued relationship nurturing to sustain and expand your client base. For the sake of time, the last thing I want to touch on is referrals. Referrals today has lost its power, in that I believe it is a lost art on how to ask for them. This is a core principle that I mastered early in my career. In the future, I would love to share some of the techniques that has become a lost art in future calls rather. I found that by cultivating solid centers of influence is when things get fun. I was working with my cousin in a small town in Southern Oregon. Both him and his wife are pharmacists. My cousin's wife, Debbie, asked me if I'd be willing to talk to her father, John, who had worked for a utility company for over 30 years and is hoping to retire soon so he could focus on his mini ranch. I said, absolutely. After meeting with John and showed why he no longer needed to work or not only implemented our plan, not only implemented our plan, but began to mention to me 5 or 6 others that were approaching retirement. The result of this, over the next 4 years, I worked with over 100 referrals as a result of working with John that resulted in an average of $11 million in annuity business, as well as assets under management. So it's been said that people will forget what you said, but it's not said. People will forget what you said, people will forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel. That is the secret ingredient in lasting relationships. Through thoughtful cards and gifts, you can act on your genuine desire to serve others. The cornerstone of a successful lead marketing is building strong relationships. This entails genuine, ongoing communications and a sincere interest in personal life, as well as their financial well-being. An effective method that I found is by sending greeting cards, and many times along with a gift. My wife and I have been doing this for 3 years now, and have sent over 7,000 cards purely by acting on our prompting to let other people know that we care about them. This is not meant to sell a specific product, but purely a heartfelt gesture to let them know that we sincerely care about them and hope that the message from us will brighten their day. I don't know if you heard of Joe Girard. He set the record in the Guinness Book of World Records for selling 13,001 cars individually, not fleet sales. And the way he did it is by sending cards. He built relationships with everybody he come in contact with, and they received a card from him every month, 1 card every month. He was up to over 2,000 cards a month. And he literally was, sometimes he would make 8 to 9 car sales in a day. His door was lined up in the mornings with people lined up to purchase cars, all because he maintained relationship and stayed in contact with his people. And no, I did not get all the way through my whole talk that I wanted to share with you this morning to stay within my 10-minute time frame. But I did want to share these few things with you. If you have any questions, please reach out. Give me a call. My number is 480-798-4318 or Jim at camisadvice.com. I'd love to hear from you. Have a great day.